Then he stopped outside his hotel room door and tried to say goodnight and end the call. Alarm bells started ringing and I just had this horrific gut feeling. He admitted it straight away and said he'd done something terrible, as there was no way he could deny it. I don't know what to do. Please help me. I love you girls. Thank you. This is so sad.
It's rare that a message genuinely makes you want to cry. Be warned, it's LuAnna, and this podcast contains honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants, and general explicit content. But you know you love it.
Good morning. Welcome, top of the morning to you. How are you all there right now? Now let's get on with this
Welcome one and welcome all. Hi guys, welcome to another fresh week in LuAnna land. It is of course
Emo's
LuAnna the
looking
podcast.
fresh. She's done her hair.
How do you do that to your
hair? Just blow dry it now.
I washed it. I then used my shark machine to blow it.
Oh, how is that shark thing?
Good.
Because it rivals the Dyson at like half the price.
Does it? Tell us about this. It's not even on Recco Secco. This is a bonus.
Do you know what
Go
I
on.
might do for content, social media manager Bex? I might compare the Dyson to the shark.
Do you have a shark?
Well, no, I'll just
Borrow
use
it,
Emo's.
Talk us through the shark.
Have you got the Dyson-y one with the curly thing so I could do a comparison?
Yeah, so I've got
We're doing that
the
today.
heads I've got the like almost like blowout one. I've got the one that's like the long thin strip thing. And then I've got, you know, the one that's like a normal blower, but it's anyway.
Yeah.
And then I've got the curly
And it sucks your hair like the
sucky
Dyson
ones.
does.
And
I struggle with that. Not going to lie.
Do
and I've got the
do,
diffuser
yeah.
for curly hair.
I love my Dyson.
I do love my
I
Dyson.
stand by Dyson.
I will stand by Dyson too. But everyone always asks how
never
I get
tried
my
the
curls.
shark.
And do you know what I use in my curls?
Makeup Joe.
Yeah, Makeup Joe when I'm working. No, I absolutely rate my Babyliss hair wand, which I've had for years. And I've got the upgrades and upgrades. That Babyliss hair wand is an absolute...
Old ones are
So
great.
do
Yeah.
I. Old one is
Yes.
the best.
You
I didn't
use it as
even know
well,
that.
don't you?
Yeah.
I
Honestly.
can't use the hair one because I'm like a bit disabled in my technique.
Brilliant, there it is.
So one, I go like the same way on
both
I
sides,
really
and you have to
struggle.
switch your sides.
Yeah, and it's very tricky. And it wasn't until I got the Dyson and it switches the side for like the way the hair goes. I hope this makes sense, guys listening. But then I realised that I've been doing it wrong my whole life, and that's why one side always looks different to the other.
Oh, yeah, you
Whereas
need to
the
switch
Dyson,
round.
it just does it for you. So it's like a dummy's guide to curly
Do you know,
hair.
you've also just reminded me, also social media manager Bex, because she's going to pop in on a celebs go dating day. But Joe wants to do a hair tutorial because everyone's always asking
Copying me now,
about
aren't
the
you?
hair. No, but
No,
also
you're copying me.
other. No, it's Joe that wants to do her own content, but. Also, the crimper machine, there's like a wave
Yes.
machine, which is brilliant. So whenever people see me with like, I call it the mermaid hair,
Yeah.
I've always got my stennies in. I talked about that last week. But you put the stennies in and then you use this wave machine. And it's like, you know how
Is
back
it
in
like
the day...
when it's like five in and you just go
It's,
bum,
yes, it's like a
bum,
flat
bum.
iron almost.
Yeah.
Like a
I think
crimper
that
thing.
hairstyle really suits you.
Thank you.
looks
It's one
really
of my
Can you show me a
absolute
picture of
favourite.
it? Get one up.
got
Get a
I've
got a
little
picture, of
picky
course.
up.
Get a picker. But
Look
people...
up, we've almost dived into Recco Secco
But, yeah.
before our
Recco
top
Secco.
line chat.
But that's okay. You know, we're keeping... Okay.
We've gone backwards.
But people do often ask this, which is a very nice thing to ask. And I always forget to tell people because quite honestly, yeah, it is Makeup Joe that does it for me. But it's the wave machine. Yeah, show us. It's my favourite hairstyle. You stick a pack of...
That's not that good. It doesn't look very nice there, actually.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's the wave machine is an
I've been
absolute...
dragged through a bush, actually.
To be fair, that was
sure
the end of
about
a long
that.
day. That was at the end of a long day. But it is very good. Well, thank you very much, Imo.
I'm feeling sprightly, guys. I'm on my greens. I've got collagen in my coffee. I'm like pumping my body
You're
because...
sucked up.
Was it? Did we talk about this on the pod? Katherine Ryan has had a facelift.
We have not talked about it. Are we allowed to talk about this?
She looks so good.
It's public knowledge.
It's public
Yeah.
knowledge.
Good for
Put it on her
her.
social. She looks...
Hang on, let me have a look.
No, she looks fresh. She sent me some videos this morning. I was chatting to her privately. I was
Right.
like, Katherine, tell me where you've been, who you've been to, because I need to go.
Right,
It
where
was
can
in
we
York,
see this?
wasn't it?
She went to York.
York?
She did a lot of research, and I know that she's been researching this a lot because Katherine and I have spoken about facelifts quite a lot over the past couple of years, actually, because we're both a fan of a facelift.
Have a little look
And
at this.
basically, she's only
she looks
42.
amazing.
She's 2 years younger than you.
She
She
is.
looks so good. And now I am going to go and have like 1, 2.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm now looking at Catherine's Instagram. I mean, I always thought she looked lovely anyway.
Yeah, but it's subtle. She just looks
very
fresh.
I mean, she looks
because you have
incredible.
to have it when you're young, like she's done. She's done it
Prevention.
so right. And her baby's only 3 months old. She had it before Christmas. Yeah, she's like breastfeeding that kid as well. She's like fucking Wonder Woman. That girl.
She is.
She like had a facelift,
she's an overachiever.
had a newborn, got the newborn on the tit. She had to take it with her. And she's just like winning at life. And now she looks like she's 18 with all these kids.
Just goes to show, just being proactive. Well, we love Katherine Ryan. I think that's fair to say.
Anyway, she is looking great. And she was like, you don't need one. And then I sent her a video of my face unfiltered. And she was like, I do see what you mean.
She's so brilliantly honest.
And I was like, yeah. So she was like, yeah, when you pull your skin like that. I was like, see?
Catherine's gone to York for a facelift, eh?
And it was like a really good price. And yeah, she's done a lot of research. She's had consultations with like all the top people.
Obviously, I assume she just wasn't particularly happy with what was going on for her. I just think it's great that nowadays you can have choice.
She looks
like some people love it, some people don't.
She looks real good.
Well, good for her. If she's feeling good about herself, I think
I'm
that's
a big
great.
fan. So that is it. She sold it to me.
York, here we come.
York, fucking grand old Duke of York. Snatch me up, suck me in.
That's it.
Call me Joan.
Pull me back. Oh gosh, well, it's been a busy week, hasn't it, guys? I mean, here we are again. I mean, what's been going on, Lou?
I've got some more reports, guys, of crime in Dubai.
All right, here we go.
I don't know if I should even say that.
I think we should have a sweepstake on how long it will take for Lou to get thrown out of Dubai. I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there. By November, she's gonna be back full time in the UK because she's been locked out.
No, I can't do it. The weather's so bad here. I'm so fucking cold. You don't understand. It's so grey. Anyway, basically, well, you all know that I've been having Wi-Fi issues.
Oh my God! Have you talked about this on socials? Like,
no.
would the Lufanians know about the Wi-Fi issues?
No. So I've had
just set the scene. I mean,
like Wi-Fi issues. So we had to like do an ad for Boots or M&S or whoever it was. Anyway, so when like just a little bit of insider info. So like obviously our pod is sponsored by different brands. It's how we bring it to you all the time. And I know how much you all love the adverts. But
we love our ads.
It's great. We work with brands that we love. And we had I'm pretty sure, was it Maltesers?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
we had a lovely ad come through for Maltesers. And it was like, right, it's quick turnaround, girlies. Jump on.
On the old Wi-Fi.
Fucking jump on my ass. My Wi-Fi in Dubai was
like she was. I mean, everyone goes on about.
We had a 7-second delay.
I mean, everyone harps on about Dubai being, very progressive and the place to go. Well, let me tell you now, you could have been in a bloody Timbuktu and had better Wi-Fi.
It's so bad, but it's not Dubai's fault. It's like the supplier's fault. But anyway, so basically, I've just had nightmare Wi-Fi issues. So we bought our house, and then the people we bought a house from obviously had Wi-Fi in it. And then hasn't really been working. And then every time we do something to the lights, the Wi-Fi goes down and there's like this cupboard. And every time someone comes, something goes wrong in the cupboard and something's been unplugged in the cupboard. And then there's like always this who's fucking touched this in the cupboard and the Wi-Fi's now down and then the lights don't work and it's like
I actually didn't believe that the Wi-Fi issue could have been as bad until you started sending us screenshots of the cupboard and then the several servicemen that were coming. I was like, this is bad.
These guys thought I was like making it up and making excuses and I was probably on a beach and I was in the house fucking stressed.
I actually didn't. But
anyway, so basically what then happened is we decided, okay, we'll just ditch that Wi-Fi supplier and we'll get a new Wi-Fi supplier. Anyway, the great thing about Dubai is that things happen very quickly there. So the next day, I was, where was I? I was
probably
out.
On a horse.
I was probably on a horse and Andrew wasn't there. I think Andrew's in Ireland. So Nat and our other nanny were at home. And
where were you?
I don't know where I was. I was somewhere.
Maybe you've gone away for a bit. I don't know.
No, I wasn't aware I was there because
you like to float.
I was floating around. Anyway, it was like a Saturday, Saturday morning. So they're there. Oh, we need to get that giant shit for Sam. Oh.
We need to get.
Anyway, so basically, sorry, random.
We actually do.
Just came in.
Admin on the pod. We do.
So
need to get
anyway, right, Saturday morning, very efficient. The Wi-Fi man comes. And then another Wi-Fi man comes. Nat and Nanny C are in the lounge, just like hanging out with the kids. Nanny C lives in. She wasn't actually working, but she just hangs out. So anyway, they're there, and then Nat hears like raised voices, and she's like, "It's weird." And then she like really starts hearing raised voices, and then she's like, "I think the Wi-Fi people are having an argument."
Bit of argy-bargy.
Bit of argy-bargy. Anyway, she goes back there. One Wi-Fi, the old Wi-Fi guy has got the new Wi-Fi guy up against the wall by his throat. Yeah, so where our kitchen is.
Proper get out of my pub.
Properly, yeah. There have been a fight about... Now, in a way, I thought... So, well, first of all, Nat goes into her security Nat mode. And she's like,
she's terrified.
"Get out of my house! How dare you fight in my house? You, get out the back door! You,
actually,
get out the front door!
I do actually know this.
I've got my kids
Yeah,
here!
you don't fight in front of my kids like this. I mean, she turns into proper Barbara Windsor, doesn't she?
Yes.
She really does.
So basically, and actually, to be fair, like it really did upset Indigo. Indigo was crying because she was frightened.
Well, that's not okay.
And so Nanny C
that's
was
not
like
okay.
consoling sensitive Indigo while Nat was like kicking them out the house. And the driver was there and he's like kicking them out as well. But basically, they had a fight.
I wouldn't screw with that. She's like 6'5" and sounds like Babs Windsor when she's on one.
But yeah, they properly had him up against the wall. They're having like this physical actual
I mean, that
fight.
is so inappropriate.
It is so bad. Like
that's
in the
really
house,
bad, Lou.
so bad.
Like you'd lose your job. If that was here in the UK, you would have lost your job immediately.
It's so bad. Anyway, so she kicked them out. And then afterwards I thought, well, actually, I'm quite proud of those Wi-Fi men.
Did they get it done?
Because I did get the Wi-Fi
well,
fixed,
there you go.
which was great. I think with the new company still. But I thought, do you know what? In England, if like two people came to do the same job,
Which
from two
would be
different companies,
unheard of.
which is basically unheard of, to also come on a Saturday, they'd be like, "Oh, you do it, mate. You can have
you're
that."
right, you'll be
They
right.
wouldn't be so passionate
About their
that they
job.
wanted the job to have a fight about it.
I can see that.
UK people would be like, "Oh, fuck that. It's a Saturday morning. I'm off home then.
They do-
I'm going to go and get me bacon butty."
They do the
See you
teeth
later.
dryer, the old...
Yeah.
Nah, not for
Nah,
me,
not
mate.
for me.
Not for me.
You can take this one.
Yeah.
Take this one, mate. But
Yeah.
no, they were so passionate about my Wi-Fi. They actually had a physical fight about it.
I mean, I like that we can all find the positive in
Yeah.
this. We may have traumatised a small
Indigo.
child, but I can see the positive. And someone was passionate about getting that Wi-Fi. And actually, we're grateful for that fight because it did mean that you were back online
Yes.
and we could
And
record
then
our
we could record
Maltesers
the
advert.
Malteser advert.
So,
So-
you know what? You win some, you lose some. And on that note, I'd like
Exactly.
to put out a public service announcement.
Yeah.
Take note, Octopus Energy, because I've been trying to get you out to my house for the last 2 weeks to sort out my new electricity meter
Well,
on the
they're
Renault.
not good at being
so
an octopus.
if you could please get yourself, to be fair, very, very efficient and nice on the phone.
Well,
it's just quite difficult to get someone actually
Look,
to
if
come.
there's no follow through, those Wi-Fi guys, I had two of them the next day, Saturday, 9 a.m.
right.
So passionate about it, they're beating each other up.
At this point, I'm happy to pay the airfare just to get both of them over to sort out the granny pad, please, if you wouldn't mind, because it's a sticking point
What's
in our
your
house.
issue?
I've got an issue at the moment.
Go
Yeah,
on.
go on.
Right.
Go on.
Let's all air our
Go on.
grievances.
Here we go. This is the
My
rant.
issue is that, so we, as we all know, moved house in August.
Yeah.
Anyway, it came to the winter.
They still got your car key.
Oh,
um,
They'd be worth a fortune
Anyway.
now, Emo.
Shut up. Anyway, yes, it got a bit colder into the winter, and then obviously you want to put the heating on.
You do.
So we were like, how do we put the heating on? Looking for a thermostat everywhere. Can't find a thermostat.
Underfloor.
We don't. There's an underfloor heating thermostat bit for our kitchen area.
Nice.
And that we can control.
Lovely
But
toasty floor in the kitchen's great.
The rest of the house thermostat,
No.
can't find one. We were like, what's going on here? How do we control it? The only way we can seem to control it is by manually turning each radiator on or off.
Right.
And we were like, well, where's the thermostat? And then, so we were trying to ask the landlord. Then we saw that the house is set up for Google Nest. We were like, oh, that's the thermostat.
Yeah, we have a Nest.
But
yeah,
we
lovely.
can't set up the Google Nest because...
He's on the account.
No, because it's a woman, actually.
Oh, sorry, she.
That
That is bad of me to assume that your landlord is a man, especially since I've just bought my first investment
A little
property.
microaggression there, Lou. That's fine.
It was because it's only like it's the control bit, but the Nest comes with a thermostat bit, and you need both bits to be able to control it.
Yes.
Anyway, we still don't know. We don't know how to control it. And then the landlord came
so
back
you've not got any heating?
Well, the landlord came back and said, "Oh, the thermostat broke and we never replaced it. There isn't a thermostat." And we were like,
so you've got no...
Well, no, we have heating, but we have to manually turn
It's just
the
not
radiator on and
so
off.
what is supposed to work is not working.
And we also with the thermostat, you can control how hot it gets.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously can't do that, and I'm in a pickle. Also, there is
you just get a new one then? Why doesn't the landlady just...
Well, I don't know. It's just very annoying.
It's very frustrating, and I have to say...
Well, you just need to say to her, we can't control it. We need this.
Have.
Well, you're not being forceful enough.
And also...
Withhold a month's rent.
There's scary. And also...
See? Not forceful enough.
There's a little camera in our house.
What? She's spying on your pussy-licking antics? What the fuck?
There is a camera that like looks into our kitchen. I think it's only like a security thingy, and it doesn't seem to be on. But I don't know how to access the camera, and so we're trying to ask who has access / how do we have access to the camera / what is it? And we haven't had a response yet.
Well, you know what you need to do is get a bit of gaffer tape and put that over the camera.
Yeah, you need to and turn it round. Yeah, so it's facing the sky.
Who the fuck's spying on you?
No, I don't
what
think
if you want a
anyone's
kitchen
spying.
party and a bit of shaggy on the old worktop?
I mean, they're just...
Shaggy on the worktop.
Wow, a good old boozy kitchen party and a little bit of
Imo,
I don't
think there's anything nefarious going on.
No,
just
you're too innocent and trusting, Imogen.
I think at this point you need to adopt a little bit of the Williamson mindset of get that high-vis vest out, a little bit of the binfluencer mindset, and you need to have a sit-down with this landlord and you need to go through a tick list of what is not okay.
Is she a landlord or a landlady? Or a land person?
Whatever she fancies.
Yeah, whatever she identifies as.
I've got a bin story for you.
Oh.
Yes!
You'll like this.
Yes, you will.
It's just come to my
Can I
brain.
say thank you to everyone that DMs me their bin stories? You know I'm here for it.
It's hitting you low.
My friend Kate,
she
put out her bins.
Go on.
And I think she'd been doing stuff, so there was a lot of stuff because she was getting rid of stuff. So she'd called the council, and the council were coming to do like a special pickup for all of this shit.
Yes.
In the meantime, she was buying a very special gift for her niece. I think it's niece, I don't know. 1-year-old niece, first birthday, lovely. Got a big thingy that was great and wonderful and personalised and fabulous.
Aww.
And it was going to arrive when she wasn't out. And she was like, shit. Well, when she was out, she was like, shitballs. And then it arrived.
Oh, no.
And then
Don't tell me.
Oh, no, the council took
taken it.
And then she saw the delivery man on the Ring camera deliver it, put it on the pile of shit. And then she watched the council come and pick up all the shit, including the gift.
The prezi.
Yeah, and take it away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Not good, is it?
Well, how were they meant to know it was on a pile of rubbish?
Well, surely you think, oh, this is a thing, I'm not going to put it on a pile of rubbish. I
think the blame
porch.
here lies at the delivery person for leaving it on the bins, not necessarily the council for doing
their
pretty good job, which is
Yeah.
picking up the shit.
So I think what she's done is then contact the company and
ask
been
for a
like,
replacement.
Oi, I've got the video image of your delivery person doing this. Can I have a replacement?
There is definitely a blame and a claim there,
And
for
have
sure.
they?
Yeah, and I think they have. But that was my little bin story.
Well, I
for you.
appreciate the bin story, Imogen. Anyone else that would like a bin story share? Not today.
A
Bex
bin
would like to
story
move
shared
swiftly
is
on.
a bin story cared.
Alex, even this morning, we had a
Can we
LuAnna
stop talking
sleepover
about
last
bins?
night. No, Alex did greet me this morning saying he'd just seen on the breakfast news that there was, bins were back in the headlines. Yes, he
I
did.
decided not to tell you about
No,
it.
Al did, and I said, Al, I've already seen it. I'm up to date with bins.
What is
so
it
thank
about
you.
the
It's a silly
This
policy.
is what people. I'm sorry. I've never celebrated moving more. This is like the topic of conversation in England now.
I mean, to be fair, though, you did bring Wi-Fi to the table today.
Okay, well, Wi-Fi, at least it was interesting. There was a fucking fight with like throat grabs and everything. You just bought bins.
I think you'll find it's a topic
Unless
for the
there's
people.
a dead body in the bin, I'm not interested, okay?
Maybe people have got a story about that.
Maybe.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Right, go
What
on. Is
day?
it about a
If it's
bin?
bin related,
Yeah.
then it is
What
allowed.
day do you think is the best bin day?
Oh, now
Probably a
that's-
Friday, because then you're empty for the weekend.
We have a Friday bin day.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
Because
say
ours is
Friday.
pick up on Friday, and I don't like it. We used to have a pick up on a Monday.
Monday
which
is
I
a sensible,
loved,
after the weekend.
Because I don't like it when they pick up before the weekend. Because
Yeah.
then over the weekend,
You fill
all
it
your
up,
shit
all
goes
your
out,
shit
and then
goes
your
in.
bins are full for the whole rest
It's
of the
true.
week.
It's true.
So I think a Monday.
A Monday.
Anyway.
Well, it would be good if it was a Monday and a Friday. And can I just let you all know something?
Every day in Dubai.
It's every day in Dubai.
Which is lovely.
And you know what's brilliant, actually? That within my little close of my community, there are bins. So we don't have our own bin. So you just put them in these bins, and they're
In a
so
bin.
good.
Like a retirement village.
Yes.
Oh. Maybe that's the way forwards. Maybe that's what we
know.
should
Like
all be doing, is
communes.
just
Well,
having communal
anyway,
bins.
In
Yeah.
the bin,
Go on. What have you
you
found?
put the stuff. Well, the bin is bottomless, so the bin never fills up. I don't know
Does it
where
go
it
into
goes.
into a pit?
It goes in,
Into a
and then
little-
I think there's some kind of conveyor belt
Like a
that
chute.
takes it away.
Ooh,
It's like a
that's quite
bin
snazzy.
chute into the
Do us
It's
a
just
favour.
landfill.
into the road.
Do us a favour. I'd quite like you to go and,
Would you
and
like a video of
investigate
my
this.
bins?
Yeah, I would actually. I'd quite like to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I would actually.
Live.
Live.
Louisa reports live
Live.
from Dubai. The bin.
The bins.
So we don't have like bins. We don't have to worry, and it is separate. You just, and then my lovely housekeeper Lanny, she just puts it there. She does whatever she does, and we never have to worry about
have to
this
worry about the
because
bins.
there's very efficient processes there. And it's another reason why I'm joyful about living in the sunshine, guys.
Well, I mean,
There's no rain. Well, actually, there is. It's rained quite a bit.
yeah, there's a lot of rain. But also,
And-
in a weird warped way, I mean, it's sort of what makes me proud to be British.
Well, that's
That
how
we've-
fucked up you
that
are.
we've brought bins into the mainstream. It's a very big topic. The minute you mention bins, everyone's got an opinion on their bin.
It just shouldn't be a topic, though. You would pay all this council tax, and it should just be an efficient process when we're paying council tax that they don't overload society with it. Because what the fuck are we paying our council tax for?
Well, no, but to be fair, the efficiency's on. It's just there's a lot of bins and a lot of bin fluencing needed to check the bins that go out.
Anyway, can we talk about the fact that
Yeah.
it's now March, and to celebrate
Yay!
this, I have put a lovely vase of daffs.
Do you know something? I love March. It just feels
£1
like we're moving in.
from Ocado.
I've been getting the same. I get 2 little bunches.
That's two.
Yeah,
This
you
is
get
2 bunches.
2 bunches of daffs.
£2 worth of daffs.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Do you know what? Daffs remind me of Dead Nanny. She used to love her little daffs. It was like, you always knew that spring was coming when you got
Spring
your
is
daffs
springing,
out.
and all my tulips are outside sprouting. So
That's
that's
nice.
brought joy.
Joy.
That's brought joy.
I've just got a quick,
Yeah.
well, a kind of confession
Yeah.
to you and to your middle child, Indigo.
Yeah.
Because you kindly gave Enzo the fish.
Well, my mate Laura, I gave her Clement. She don't want them anymore. She says her son's bored of them now.
Oh.
I know.
Oh no, well that's not okay.
That's not good.
Oh,
Why, what-
I might now regret
Why?
what I'm
What's
about
your
to
story?
confess.
Come on.
Well, so let's just say the fish which I was reluctant to take because I'm like, it's just another thing I have to think about
Big
and
part
do.
of the family now.
Well, Enzo's really taken to the fish, right?
Do you want a second tank of
No,
Flora?
I bloody do not want a second tank. However, we have had a couple of fishy deaths.
Oh,
We've had a couple of fishy deaths.
flush them down the toilet.
Well, Enzo was quite upset, but I think it's quite good, to teach the circle of
Yes.
life, and he was quite sad. So we do every week, we do the fish clear out, which is in the bloody bathroom, and it's a pain in the arse. We have to take all of this crap out of this fish
All
tank.
the stones,
All the
clean the
stones. It's so
filter.
heavy.
You
clean
cleaning the
filter.
filter, yeah?
Oh, Lou, we do it properly.
Good.
We have to. He has a checklist, and he always refers back to what Indigo told him to do. Of course he did, his little twin. So anyway, I was like, but we then go through he blamed me for the death of the fish because,
The water.
well,
You're not meant to replace all the water. You do know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
You're meant to only take
I
out
didn't get this
half the
instruction.
water
Oh, really?
and then top it up with half clean. Yeah, because if you replace all the water, it's shock for them. That's why they're dying.
I mean, I put warm water in.
No,
I don't put cold water in.
No,
but-
you need to keep some of the old
Oh,
water.
now you bloody tell me. Well, it's all right. So we had 8.
So, like, say if you take them out and you put them in a big bit of Tupperware.
Yeah, I've got the Tupperware you gave them to me
Yeah,
still.
and then so keep that, and then like another 2 sort of bits of like that size.
and then-
So you've got about like half or like a quarter of the water, and then you can put fresh water, but you do need to keep the old water in there
and still put the bio.
and then put that
the
treatment
chemical
in. Yeah.
Well, okay, thanks for that. we had 8 fish, but and
How
then
many
it went, we had the little sieve thing and a little net thing, we take them out, put them in the Tupperware, and then we take it all the bloody fish tank to the bathroom to then do all of that and everything. But it wasn't until we got there, he was taking them all out, and I said, I think we're missing a fish. And he's like, well, no, we're not. It'll be there. It'll be in the cave. Like, move the things around. And I was like, pretty sure the fish isn't there. Like, he was like, oh, where's the fish? I was like, well, they're not supposed to last very long, anyway. So, well, when they went to the bathroom, I was like, well, we've definitely only got 7 fish. And he's like, it's your fault, mummy. He said, because the last time we put them in, you just chucked them back in. He is like, he puts them back in one at a time.
You're
like,
abusing the fish.
Well, I just they were all in the tub. I thought it was just a bit easier just to shove them all in. But he likes to do them painstakingly one at a time. And then he does like a little, off you go, little fishy. How we have a little.
Oh, he really loves
he really
them.
loves it. I'm just like, chuck them all in, Anyway, so then he was like, mummy, you did it. You probably hurt the fish when you, like, maybe one of them hit the filter on the way in and like you killed the fish. So anyway, I was like, well, I don't know where the fucking fish is.
Head.
Yeah, so I'm cleaning everything out. I was like, there's definitely only 7 fish, babes. I don't know where the last one's gone. But all his favourite fish was still there, which was good. And then it wasn't until I then took out all the stones and then got the hose out and then like tipped the last bit out. It was just this half rotten fish just like sliding down the bath. Anyway, it's minute, honestly. Anyway, but then he saw the fish and I went, there's the fish. And he looked at me and his little eyes, his little milk bottle glasses, and his eyes welled up with tears.
Oh no!
And he went, oh. And I was like, it's fine. Like, it happens, it happens. I know he was really sad about it. And I was like, it's okay. And he was, he was really sad. And then I know he was really hot. And then he went, just making me cry now with him. And he was like, do you think, because he really believes in heaven, because he goes to Catholic school, obviously, and everything. And he was like, so it's okay, he's gone to fishy heaven, hasn't he? Like, and I was like, yeah, he has. And he's gone with Nonno. Like, and I was like, I was like, Nonno's looking after Alex's dad, looking after the fish. And then then he got over it. And then he was like, it's okay, it's not my favourite fish. Like, I think I'm okay with that one. Well, so I was like, fine, we're back. Like, we got the 7 fish. Well, a couple of days ago. So his favourite fish.
That's because you keep changing all the water.
Well, I need to clean them out.
How old are they?
I don't know, you tell me.
I got them in the summer.
How long do they last for?
Well, I think some fish can last for years.
One of my goldfish lasts like 3 years.
Well, they're not goldfish. They're like tropical. They're tiny. They are really
little
small. Like, they're tiny, like the size of like half a finger.
Well, I have got a fish story as well.
Well, anyway, no, but then so his favourite bloody fish. So when this other fish snuffed it, he was like, at least I've still got 6'7", and 6'7" is his favourite fish, which is the biggest fish, and it's really pretty fish.
No,
actually.
6'7's dead.
Well, I can't fucking find 6'7", can I?
Oh no,
so now
6'7's died.
Well, we're down to 6 fish, and I didn't say anything, and I thought, we're due to clean out the fish tank when I come home from here. So, and I just say to him, I said, where's 6'7"? He was like, I don't know, I haven't seen 6'7" for a few days. His favourite fish. And he was like, I think he might be in the cave. He often goes in the cave. When I had a little poke, didn't I? 6'7's not there. Like, was scouring around the bottom of the fish tank.
That's a really nice one.
I know, 6'7", I think, snuffed it. And I'm going to have to find out and I am thinking now of doing the cleaning out the fish by myself and like, but I need to find 6'7" because he will be really upset about 6'7 snuffing it. So I need to find 6'7 the fish, a new one.
Go to the fish shop.
Well, we're down to 6 now, and like
Laura doesn't want those ones anymore.
Well, she got a 6'7 doppelganger.
Well, no, those ones are quite a bit small. 6'7 was.
Well, where
big.
did you get that from? Because I need to go and get another one.
Harlow.
Where? Okay, I do actually
give you
to go
the
and
fish
get
shop. It was an independent fish
shop. His little
shop.
bloody eyes welling up when this
and that was his least favourite.
And the least favourite fish, and now
really
6'7. He does. It's his favourite bloody fish. So I need to go and. Well, anyway, so that's my update. But don't tell Indigo that we've gone from 8 to 6.
You know, I got Indigo more fish when we were in Dubai because
after the fake fish.
Yeah, well, she kept begging and begging for a dog, and I was like, we're not getting a dog. Well, of course, I knew we were getting a dog because I'd ordered Crumble. And anyway, and then so I still had to get the fish, even though that I knew the next day I was getting a dog.
But she likes her fish.
Well, no,
doesn't like fish.
Got rid of the fish now.
Oh, she doesn't like the fish anymore.
Well, they all kept dying.
Well,
Did I tell you why they kept dying? Because they dyed them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they kept dying, and then she went, I don't really like those fish. It's not the same as the ones at home. And then the tank broke.
Oh, no, those are my
and
fish now.
The fish went green, the fish tank, the filter broke, because I bought it from some cheap Chinese mole, Dragon Mart. If any Dubai listeners listen, they'll know what Dragon Mart is. It's basically AliExpress or Alibaba, but in mole format. And it looks really good when you go and you're really excited, and then you buy stuff and then you realise it's shit and you will never buy anything from there again.
Well, the one you've got us is really nice.
Anyway,
well, I've kept that really nice, by the way.
Well, anyway, so that fish tank, and then
gone.
we just put the fish in the lake by
that's
our house. And I figured, well, it'll be all right. It's hot in Dubai and they're tropical. So I just put them in the lake. And
Hope
then,
for the best.
And then now she just loves crumble. So luckily
That's
I haven't
fine.
got any
Well,
fish.
I've got this massive issue, guys, and I'm going to have to report back as to what's going to happen, because I've got a feeling that when I get the hose, the bath hose
You're
out,
gonna find 6,
I'm going to
7.
find 6, 7, sliding down that bath, half,
Well,
and I'm worried.
you need to update us.
I will.
Right, let's crack on.
Yeah, it's time for...
It's the Recco Secco, the Recco Secco, it's the Recco Secco, ba-dum-bum.
Right.
That was tops.
Who wants to go first?
I will. I've
Go
come
on.
prepared.
Hey!
If you're watching on YouTube, hi guys. If you're
guys.
listening, go and watch on YouTube and you can see what I'm talking about. This is a brilliant kitchen gadget. It is a grape cutter.
Oh.
I'd forgotten about this till I got home and I found it in my drawer.
Yeah.
But like when you've got kids and you're not meant to feed whole grapes because they can cause choking.
Or even big blueberries,
and,
actually.
Yeah, and tomatoes and things.
cherry tomatoes.
Anyway, you put the grape in and it cuts it into 4 perfect pieces. Obviously, it's from Amazon.
I love that.
Not expensive, and it's so quick. And all that cutting you do by hand, you don't need to. Just chump, 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 chump.
And actually, without sounding
And
like
that
a bit
is
lazy, you get all sticky when you're having to keep cutting grape. Yeah.
And this is just so easy. It just cuts the grapes for you, not even into half, into quarters. And this is my Recco Secco. I know we've got a lot of mums that listen to our pod, and you're
That is brilliant.
bored of cutting grapes.
Not even mums, like nursery workers, school, like that is a very,
It's so
very good
Not
contraption.
a couple of quid, Amazon. Saves lives, actually.
You joke, it does.
It does.
No, it actually
It's
does.
a life-saving tool that I bring to the pod for the Recco Secco.
I
a
love that.
grape cutter.
I might buy one, because even though my kids are 9 and 6, I still cut their grapes and their cherry tomatoes. So I will get one of those.
There
Thank you,
you
Lou.
go.
That's a good one.
That is my Recco Secco that I prepared for and brought a prop for.
Well done. How proud are you?
I'm proud
Very.
of myself.
Emma, do you want to go next?
Okay, next. It's a TV show.
Lovely.
Again, how do you find the time to watch so much? I don't understand. You do
Just
so
do.
much. You're playing netball.
just
You're
do.
doing sexy dancing.
Yeah.
You're reading books
Can we
about
actually just take a
feminism.
moment to-
You're producing podcasts. You're editing,
Yeah.
and then you're also watching so much telly. When do you sleep?
Little and often.
Just want to quickly say as well, you're dancing on. If you haven't seen Emo's dancing, go on her Instagram.
Oh,
She's an
it's sexy. I
absolute
need to
queen. Just want to
Bless
say,
you.
love you. It's amazing.
Thank
Go on.
you.
What's your Recco Sec?
It's a documentary
Oh, nice.
Oh, I love a good doc.
on the Babe.
Oh, is
Nice.
it called Liars, Predators?
Yes, it is. It's
I haven't
called-
watched it. I fell asleep and I'm desperate.
Hang
to
on.
watch
Go on.
it.
Go on.
It's
Go on. What is it?
called
Because I don't know. this one.
Lover, Liar, Predator.
Yes.
It's about a wronging man, classic, who
That's why Emma's a
basically
lesbian.
was not very nice to multiple women, and then they all got together and took him down.
It's meant to be amazing.
And it's very powerful, actually.
So liars,
Lover, Liar, Predator.
lover, life on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
It's meant to be really good.
I'm
I
really
read an
enjoying
article
BBC
about
iPlayer of recent times. I think it's really bloody upped its game. I'm just going to put it
Well,
out there.
thank God, because we all pay our TV licence for that
But
shite, so it should be good.
No, to be fair, I think some brilliant stuff on there.
I really want to watch that, and I tried to put it on and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I am
Not
looking
because
for a
it's
new-
not good, guys, because I was jet lagged.
She's permanently tired. Thank you for that, because I actually was wanting a new.
I might
Recco.
watch it.
It's
tonight.
only like one episode, a longer one.
Like a long feature
thing.
length type
Yeah,
thing.
but it's very good.
Brilliant. I will watch that this weekend.
Good.
And my Recco Secco is a food I've gone for this week. This I briefly mentioned this actually off mic to you girls the other day, but I thought this was maybe quite a nice Recco. It actually comes from my husband, who is very into obviously his nutrition and everything like that. UPF, everyone's talking about, processed food and the dangers around that. And sausages, bacon and ham and all of that have, got
Cancer.
absolute proven links now to be, linked to cancers and stuff like that. But let's be honest, we like them. I love nothing
don't
more
like
than a
them.
hot dog or a burger, but we love them. Our kids love them as well. So I don't like to ban them outright, even though I have to admit now processed food is a hard no in my house as much as possible. Marks and Spencer's.
You could use your Thermomix to make your own sausages.
I could, but I haven't got time and can't be asked. So if you can't be asked, M&S have come up with their 3 ingredients or 6 ingredients brand thing. Range. There you go. Thank you. Which is clearly taken off because every time I try and go and order it on my Ocado shop, quite often it's out of stock.
Really?
So if you can't, so the 3 ingredients, so essentially it's all of the shit and all of the crap and all of the bulking and all of the other sort of nonsense that goes into them being crappy and horrible has been taken out. So it's simple. It's just simply done. You're right, Lou. You could make your own burgers. Yeah, so the 3 ingredients burgers we get for the kids.
Ingredients range.
They're only ingredients. Yeah, it's really lovely. So, like for example, burgers. You're right. You can, and sometimes I do make my own burgers. It's just minced salt and pepper. Yeah. But yeah, if you put it up there, but it's basically. But if you can't be asked and you don't have time to do it, you can get their what's it called? The only ingredient. Yeah, only ingredients. So it's kind of simplified for what is typically quite processed food. So we get the 3 ingredients beef burgers. And we get the 6 ingredient sausages. And they taste delicious. I don't think they're particularly expensive in comparison. So that's it for me, really. If you just want to try and have slightly more healthy, in inverted commas, if you love burgers and sausages.
I mean, it's very easy to make your own burgers.
It is, but I do think it's good that, there is an option here.
They do bread and everything.
Yeah. It's a really nice brand. It's called Only Ingredients.
3 ingredients. I mean, look, just beef, sea salt and crap. Do you know what's concerning, though? Is that, like, for years, people have just been eating crap.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult to make. I mean, this is how, if you made meatballs yourself, I'm just looking at this, it's literally just beef, sea salt and pepper. Like, it's not hard to make that yourself.
It isn't hard.
But this is the problem. This is why, like, everyone is overweight because, okay, not everyone, that's a bit thingy, but it's so, like, when we used to eat, like back in the olden days, and everything was homemade, and notably we had more time, more mums didn't work,
more processed food wasn't available.
Processed food wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
Like we're so unhealthy nowadays because we're just eating stuff that's quick and convenient.
It's convenience food,
and it's like it's so bad for us. Like, and it doesn't actually take that much time.
It doesn't.
To cook like good food.
It doesn't.
It really, really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I think that is a lot of that's down to education, and I think it is about kind of convenience. So and we're a household, to say my husband, there is nothing processed gets in our house at all, just because Alex is very passionate about food and nutrition. But I thought it was quite a nice hack because I also recognise that some people just don't know.
No, I know. Some people don't enjoy
it or can't be asked. So the Only Ingredients range from M&S, I think is a really nice switch. If you and your family like kind of burgers, sausages, kind of processed food, but done in a much more kind of sort of better way. So that's my Recco Secco.
This is what you'd hope you were eating, though, like the burgers, beef, sea salt and cracked pepper. What else are they putting in it?
Well, that's exactly it. If you go and look into all the different ingredients, a lot of convenience.
Look, they do an oat drink, only 3 ingredients: water, oats and salt.
It's a really lovely range, and we love it. So hope you enjoy it. Right, message from Sarah. Hello, ladies. Long-time listener, and I absolutely love the podcast. It gets me through my day to day. You are welcome, babes. I've been listening to the recent pod where the mum joined the couple in their...
that story made me die.
Yeah, joined the couple in the bed for a spoon, and it reminded me of a situation I got in with my ex.
Oh, God, not another one.
Yeah. I was at his one evening, and we were going at it. All the lights were off, and he was feeling very generous and went downtown. Things will be great if you're downtown. I was loving it. I was having such a lovely time, I almost didn't hear the knock on the bedroom door. He slowed down and flopped flat under the covers, still between my legs, and I pulled the blanket up under my arms and said, hello. And in walks his dad, home from work. Where's Bob? Fake name. He asked me. I replied, I think he's downstairs. I mean, he bloody is. I said, bending my knee so he didn't see the shape of his son's head between my thighs. His dad then stopped to have a chat with me about my day.
God.
All the while
he kept on licking the nun.
All the while his son was slowly getting me off, and I had to continue like nothing was wrong. His dad finally left the room and my ex came up for air. He must have been suffocating under there. It was the most awkward yet very sexy moment of my life. No need to keep me anonymous. I'm proud of my sexy past. I am Sarah.
Go on, Sarah.
Yeah.
You dirty bitch.
I was sort of.
Did you get a little tingle from that?
I felt a bit naughty.
Feeling a bit right.
A bit naughty. Huh?
She likes
Does he like that?
No, I wouldn't like it. That'd be bloody awkward. But
What if Alex was going down on you and then
his mum
walked in?
oh God, no! I've gone cold. I've gone cold.
Liz is chatting to
No,
you.
absolutely not. Hard no.
Or your dad.
Stop. Can't bring Papa Peter into this.
Right, we've got a message from Anon. So we've called you Deirdre Mavi.
Mov me.
Deirdre Mov me.
Yeah.
Deirdre
Any
Mov
reason
me.
for this, Edo?
Dream of me.
Oh.
Dear dream of me.
Tenuous.
I don't know.
Hi, LuAnna and Imo. I can't believe I'm writing this because I've listened to hundreds of your listeners' messages over the years asking for advice. Never in my wildest dreams or nightmares did I think it would be me. Please help me and do settle in.
Here we go.
I'm 39. I've been with my husband, let's call him Mark, since we were 24. We've been married for 8 years and we have 3 beautiful children, 7, 5 and 1. We originally met at law school. We had a whirlwind romance, fell deeply in love as mid-20-year-olds. Everyone thought Mark was the ideal man, ridiculously handsome, charming, kind, clever and funny, and he treated me like a queen. But my world was shattered one day when 4 years into our relationship, he broke the completely unexpected news that he wasn't sure if he loved me anymore. I was blindsided and shattered to the core. I never saw it coming, and to make matters worse, we'd bought a flat together in London just 4 months before. He left our flat the same night, and that was it. I spiralled into depression, went out every night of the week with any friend that would entertain me, and got completely smashed for months.
Babe.
I rolled into work as a lawyer every morning after 2 hours sleep, probably still drunk, and tried to get through the day until I could go out again. I did anything and everything to escape being in the flat on my own. I couldn't face falling asleep alone in our bed, so I drank until I passed out. One day, I opened a credit card bill addressed to Mark, and let's just say the evidence was clear that he had, in fact, been cheating on me.
I knew this before she'd even said it.
I was
So
devastated, confronted him, and he admitted it. He said he had an emotional affair with a PA at his law firm and that nothing physical had happened until after we broke up, but I didn't believe that.
No, I wouldn't either.
Over the next few months, I started to rebuild my life and I planned to travel Asia for a while. At the same time, Mark started to contact me out the blue, telling me he'd made the biggest mistake of his life and he wanted me back. I guess the grass isn't always greener. Again, I was completely shocked. I had all these plans and I certainly wasn't going to let him waltz back into my life when it suited him and pick me up where he left off. So, as hard as it was, considering I still loved him, I told him to fuck off. I've always been proud of my strength in those moments. Over the next 18 months, I returned from travelling. Mark stayed in contact constantly and asked me repeatedly to give him another chance. I was having a whale of a time dating other men, but I eventually gave in and agreed to go on a date with Mark, just out of curiosity. He wined and dined me for the next year, sending me formal date invites each week, taking me to incredible places, trying to win me back. He continually talked about how he made the biggest mistake of his life and he couldn't live without me. I had never fallen out of love with him, so eventually we got back together. He was honest about what had happened, and we decided we'd move past it and try again. And 4 months later, he proposed. We got married shortly after, age 31. From then on, I have managed to bury the past and never bring it up. I've always said to myself that if I constantly bring it up, for example, in arguments, it would destroy us. We have had an incredible last 8 years, 3 gorgeous kids. We've moved to the countryside, to our forever home. We both got great promotions at work, and we really are living our dream. My friends and family all love Mark. They fawn over him constantly, how amazing he is, and I do agree. I couldn't be more in love. He's an incredible husband and father, and I trust him implicitly despite the past, until...
Oh, no.
Last night, we were messaging late at night while he was on a work trip abroad, which is a regular occurrence. He said he was heading to bed soon, so I suggested a FaceTime. He agreed and we chatted whilst he was walking back to his hotel. He stopped outside the hotel and didn't go in, which I thought was strange, and I mentioned. He just said he was losing signal in the lifts. Well, that's quite plausible. I said it doesn't matter, and in he went. Then he stopped outside his hotel room door and tried to say goodnight and end the call. Alarm bells started ringing and I just had this horrific gut feeling. I told him to go inside his room and he did, with me still on FaceTime, but kept the camera right up to his face. I told him he was acting strangely and his voice was panicked. I told him to turn the camera around the room and then there it was. I saw his eyes moving, gesturing to someone on the other side of the room to leave. My stomach dropped to the floor. I was quite literally in disbelief. The woman managed to scarp her before he turned the camera around, but when he did, I saw some of her possessions lying around the room. He admitted it straight away and said he'd done something terrible, as there was no way he could deny it. He said she was a PA for his client over there and that they had kissed a month before in the office during a drinks event. That had led to sex in his hotel room. He had then arranged to meet up with her again this trip, and they'd had sex twice in his room that day.
Oh, what a betrayal.
This is so mean. She's at home with
betrayal.
after chasing her for so long. And her taking him back. See, they never change these cheats.
Well, they can.
Well,
but
I don't
let's
believe
see.
they can.
Let's see.
He assured me that was the extent of it. Oh, just that then. Just that. And it had never happened before. We spent hours on the phone through the night, me asking questions, trying to get more information, trying to process what was happening. He said he'd already told this woman he wouldn't see her again, and since he just escaped the room, and said that nothing like this would ever happen again. He said it was just sex, no relationship, no emotion. But if that's the case, why did he have sex with her on 2 separate occasions? He also said it was the first time anything like this had happened since he left me 10 years ago, which I think could be true, given he was such an amateur in dealing with it, bringing me into the room on FaceTime. All I could think was, I can't believe this is happening to me. So what do I do? 10 years ago, it was one thing, but now we're married and with 3 children, it's completely different. We've been through so much. Our wedding, 3 kids, incredible births, 1 miscarriage, family trauma that we've supported both of each other through, work lives that we've been there for each other for. Before this, I would have described us as a complete team in an incredible marriage with a fantastic relationship. Friends joke that we're so perfect. We also do have a great sex life together. We even regularly joke about how good our sex is. Our whole lives are completely intertwined. We are quite traditional and share finances completely, so literally don't have our own independent bank accounts. He now earns a significant amount of money after a huge promotion, which affords us a very good life. Because of this and because of the birth of our 3rd child a year ago, I've dropped down to part-time, and so now earn a fraction of what he does. In the past, it was quite equal. We saved hard and aimed to retire together at 55. From a practical perspective, I can't stomach the thought of giving up everything I've worked so hard for and the life I thought I would have with him in exchange for separate homes and inevitably a much less comfortable time. Perhaps most importantly, I'm also still am head over heels in love with him. I desperately want to live our family life happy together, have the middle age and retirement we dreamed of, and I don't want our children to have to suffer coming from a broken home, which I did. On the other hand, thinking about what he has done sickens me to the core. All of my beautiful memories feel shattered and ruined. Our photos make me feel sick. To make matters worse, it's my 40th in 3 days, and we have a big dinner planned with all our friends, then another with my family the following week. I know this is not the big picture and not what matters right now, but facing everyone seems insurmountable, and so I don't know how on earth I will deal with it. I'm so angry he has done this to me and our children, and it's exactly what my dad did to my mum, and Mark knows that and the traumatic impact it's had on my whole life. I just don't know if I can forgive this time, and given it's now a repeated behaviour, would I be stupid to think he wouldn't do it again? I almost wish I just didn't know. I don't know what to do. Please help me. I love you girls. Thank you.
Oh,
this is so sad.
It's rare that a message genuinely makes me want to cry. This is
so sad.
The thing is, darling, I do a lot of work around infidelity, with my affair podcast as well. And, cheaters can change. It isn't always, black and white, but unfortunately, in the case of your husband, it doesn't sound as though that is something he's able to do for whatever reason. The fact is, look, relationships are built and thrive and survive on trust and transparency and honesty. And he has absolutely shattered your trust.
He's a bit thick, isn't he?
Shattered it.
If it was me, I would have gone in the lift, dropped the call, put my phone in aeroplane mode, gone up to the room, got rid of her, and then called her from the room.
Maybe he just thought that would look really suspicious and he didn't want to do that, but then obviously it's ended up
anyway, that's not by the by. The point is that this has happened.
I'm with you.
He's a bit like...
But the thing is,
maybe he, in a way, though, wanted you to know and wanted to sort of come clean.
I don't know. I think
weird
he's clearly somebody that the fact is your relationship. Yes, of course there are many. It's so complicated in some of these relationships because I don't doubt that you do have a loving relationship. I don't doubt that he probably does love you and loves your lifestyle and there's so much good about your relationship. But the big gaping factor here, the elephant in the room, is he has shattered your trust.
And he's done it twice.
He's done it twice. And I don't think
could come back
I don't
from
think
that.
you'll be able to ever fully be able to invest in your relationship and marriage now with full. I think everyone has an opportunity to redeem themselves, and I know
it's so hard though. I'm
Yeah,
thinking if this was me, like I just don't know how you.
I think at this point, I think I wouldn't be able to trust. And I know with relationships,
I don't think I
you
would.
can't
For
get
the
through,
second time.
for a second.
I think if it was once, I'd try and
a first
Andrew,
time
don't
you
listen to this.
you can
Try and
purge your
work
way
through
through it.
but
Yeah, you need to have complete honesty and
think-
transparency, and you need to purge and go through that very difficult situation in
so
order to be
hard though,
able to
isn't
let
it?
go. It is.
I don't think I could let it go. See, I think I'd keep bringing it up.
But that's fine, and that's whenever I work with couples that are dealing with cheating, that's a really good point. Some people just can't forgive and forget, and therefore the relationship unfortunately has to finish. But I always say, if you can and if you want to make this relationship work, you do have to purge. You do have to give all of the sordid details if that's what the other partner needs to hear in order to be able. Because often, if you don't know, because you can't,
Move
like all
on.
of us, you can't move on unless you know it all.
Yeah.
To then start to build up trust. And yes, it is very, very difficult. I have seen it happen. Well, majority not, because you do have to keep building that trust, keep checking in, and if the moment you start in this situation start to feel, hang on, something feels off here,
she was
it is-
right. Her
yeah,
gut
she was,
right.
and it's then that partner's responsibility to prove them wrong and to and to keep not to bat it back and go, it's on you. What I'm really sad about is I really feel this relationship has unfortunately come to a point. Unless, look, you have a choice. You either
Also,
put up with it and you get on with it.
The thing is,
but I don't think
as
you'll
well,
be happy.
what I'll say is, I know that you've got like a lovely life, but honestly, I just feel like if you're not happy and you're going to be second guessing everything, why have a 6-bedroom house over a 3-bedroom house? It's just not worth it. It's just not worth that
the
3
logistics
holidays
side,
a
it's
year
not,
type
no.
thing. Like it's just not, because okay, you'll be having a lovely, comfortable life, and he earns a lot of money, and I would rather have. It's like with my first husband, we had like this 6-bedroom house, and it was really, I was so much happier in my little semi-detached 4-bed on my own with my daughter than that big 6-bedroom 4-story house that we had together. I was much happier with my little car that I had than the Range Rover that we had together. I really, really was. And I think that actually when it comes down to it, those things and you do live a slightly different life when you end up separating, and I did, and equally he did as well, because we had the business together. But I was just so much happier, much happier being in that smaller house with the lesser car and less disposable income. I was happier in my little safe space.
I think
knowing that was just mine, and what was in my life was great, and you weren't like. I just think it doesn't, long term, all of that guff and that stuff, it just doesn't make you happy.
And this is what exactly that.
doesn't.
And I get that it is obviously because we all get into routines, systems, and it sounds like your life is very comfortable. And this is why it is
but
so
it's
more.
no good being comfortable if you're miserable, is it?
Exactly. But that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And I think at the end of the day here, you need to perhaps, maybe I'll leave you with a couple of questions to ponder over. What will life be like if I stay? What will life be like if I make that decision to go? And I think you have to put yourself in those two mindsets, because I think emotionally you will really struggle to stay in this marriage.
Yeah.
And I think it will end up eating away at you, and you will end up becoming really quite anxious, and it'll eat away, and possibly, bunny boilering. Where is he? Because the trust has gone. When trust has gone in a relationship, it is nigh on impossible to get that relationship back on track and have a fulfilled relationship. And I'm really sorry to give you that news.
Especially if his work is travelling a lot.
This is it.
Because every time he goes away for work, you are going to feel like, I'm here with these kids and this baby, this 1-year-old, and he's off travelling, and who's in his hotel room. And that you are not going to be able to get that out of your head. And unless his job significantly changes, that situation of him travelling is not going to change. It's like Andrew and I spend a lot of time apart, and it never occurs to me what he's doing or who he's with or where he is. I mean, sometimes we'll go for like 2 days without physically speaking on the phone.
But there's trust there.
But I'm just cool with it. I just know, like,
there's trust there.
Yeah, I just doesn't even occur to me.
No.
And I just couldn't imagine having the relationship mine is, where we both are in different places because of both our works and stuff, and we are separate from each other like a decent amount of time. You know, we probably actually only spend about 70% of our overall time together. You know, and that 30% thinking about where he is, who he's with, what's he doing, that would drive me.
It would eat away to
absolute insanity. I couldn't live my life.
You can't, and it's the same in my marriage as well. And we're certainly not perfect, my marriage, but one thing we always say, you know, when we've ever clashed is, I trust my husband implicitly and he trusts me implicitly. And actually the trust we have when it comes to sort of infidelity, and I travel a lot more than my husband does, but I know for a fact he has never, or would never even suggest or ever think that I was, because let's be honest, I hang out with a lot of very attractive people, and you know, but it's never ever once occurred to me. But guess, because I have not given him any reason to mistrust me. But the minute that little chink goes into a relationship, it's finished, because it will chip away and it will chip away and chip away. I feel really sorry for you, and I don't know what the answer is here. All I do know, just from personal and professional experiences, that this relationship will be very difficult to continue with his indiscretions now. And I don't think it matters whether he's at home 24/7 or not. I think he has something about him that obviously needs to scratch that itch.
And it's so
and it's not on you. It's not because there's anything wrong with you.
It's like infuriating for you, like all of that effort that he put in, and you were like happy living your life, and then have given it that's
the double betrayal.
It's such a massive betrayal on like for you to have gone through that and kind of like picked yourself up and been going on your life, and then he's like pursued you. And then you've kind of given in to that, and then he's fucking shat on you again. It's a really shitty thing to do. And I think that he'll, you know, as much as everybody likes to think he's perfect, he's clearly not. And he clearly doesn't value and respect you.
And also, like, he knew how that affected you first time around.
And with her parents as well, how that affected her as well.
And he knew how awful that was the first time around. For him to, like, unthinkingly do it again, knowing how that might impact you and some, because you've now got kids and a marriage.
Such a shitty thing.
It's a shit thing to do.
Terrible.
It's a very, very shit thing to do.
It's really bad.
And also as well with that whole, you know, everyone else thinks he's perfect. Let me tell you, I went out with someone, couple of chaps before my actual husband, and everyone thought he was perfect. Even now, everyone goes, "Oh, but he was the perfect man." I'm like, yes, because you saw that. You didn't see. And actually, there were some indiscretions that I found out that went on behind the scenes. And that just goes to show it matters shit. It's about you and your emotions. We are here for you. We feel really sorry for you.
Please give us an update, because we will be thinking about you. And do you know what? Whatever happens, you're clearly a bright, intelligent, very strong lady. And you can definitely cope on your own. And what I will say as well is, if you're unhappy, your children will know that. So you cannot stay in a relationship for the sake of the kids.
No, you're quite right.
Good luck.
Message from Anonymous next. So, Chalky Delight. Hi, girls. I'm fairly new to the pod, and you ladies have me hooked. Thank you. I spend my days driving around listening to old episodes, and in the evenings I have you on YouTube. Hi, everyone on YouTube.
You're such losers.
You really make me chuckle. Every story I hear, it makes me think of the absolute hilarious things that have happened to me. I have far too many good stories to share, and I'm sure I'll write in with more, but this is the one I'll start with.
Brilliant.
I married young, and I was in a domestic violent relationship, and I managed to leave. Well done. And then I was finally free. At the time, I had 2 young children, and during my child-free time, I dabbled on the dating scene. Except I wasn't there to date. I was there to be sexually free. Good for you. Felt so liberating after years of abuse. Anyway, I met this cute guy. We became friends with benefits. And I not heard this word in years. And he had a lovely Johnson.
Go on.
Emoji aubergine. Yeah. It was circumcised. If you know, you know.
Much nicer.
We had done the deed a couple of times previously, and one evening he messaged and off I popped to get me some Dickens. You are a great writer. We had a beautiful couple of hours of glorious O's and all the positions going. I felt amazing. Afterwards, we lay having a lovely snuggle, and the whole time we had been at it, it had been pitch black in the room. We were chatting away, and then he casually says, "My hands feel funny." I was like, "What do you mean they feel funny?" And he replied, "Well, they feel chalky."
Chalky?
Chalky, I said. And as he goes over to reach over to turn on the light, it suddenly dawned on me what it was. Absolutely mortified, I didn't have time to think of any excuse because any second I was about to be exposed. Sure enough, he turned the light on to discover a very chalky substance all over his hands, face and penis. What the F? He said. I nervously laughed. What is it? He asked. Well, because we had been having so much glorious sex recently, I ended up with thrush. Earlier that week, I got the well-known thrush treatment and bloody forgot that a few days prior, I'd shoved one of those tablets up me woo-woo. And there it was, ladies and gentlemen, rearing its ugly head all over my beautiful, circumcised friend with bennies. I explained everything to him. We laughed, we showered and we shagged again. Hurrah! But after that night, I never went back with the "Are you free?" message that comes through. Oh no! I didn't want to ruin that moment. Me and my thrush treatment were a parting gift that he can forever treasure. Please keep me anon, because I don't know who else might be listening, but you can call me Chalky Delight. Thanks, lady.
Brilliant.
I thought that was
Chalky
going
Delight.
with, the bum suppository. Equally quite. I thought maybe there was a bit of botty action. She farted or something, and that came out. Oh, bless your heart. Send him more stories.
Chalky.
And his Johnson.
And his
little Johnson.
Getting
Friends
her
with
dick in
Benny.
some Johnson.
You are brilliant.
Oh, remember, if you want to get in touch, you can email us, LuAnna,
At
everythingluanna.com. You can also drop us a WhatsApp on
075 215 64640.
We're getting it.
Catchy. Right, let's chat. Cheating emoji.
More cheating chat.
What do you want to talk about?
I actually hadn't realised that I put this in the same episode as that message we had.
Would you like to
our
remove
lovely
it or
lady.
keep it in?
No, we'll keep it in.
Let's do it.
Basically, I've seen a few things recently on the line, and I thought I'd bring it to the pod. Have you farted?
He's goughed, yeah.
Oh, God.
Brace yourself.
So,
I won't smell it, was loud.
last year, there was a
Hi,
clip
YouTube.
floating around on social media from our favourite Diary of a CEO, from a lady called Natalie Dawson, who basically, there was a clip saying that she fired 2 of her employees for
Yes,
having
I
an
watched
affair.
the episode, yeah.
And they were like, both had partners and then were...
Yes. So
Yes,
they were both
yes.
employees. They both had partners, and she found out they were having an affair together, and she sacked them both.
Well, normally in big corporates, it is, you sign a contract to say that it's not allowed.
Yeah, I think
So it is a sackable offence.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. And then I also I was reading online an article about the ex-Senator Kirsten Sinema, I think that's her name, who is being sued for allegedly breaking up a marriage.
Whoa.
Because I think it's North Carolina, I have written it down. In North Carolina, it's one of the 6 states in America that allows people to sue the person their spouse cheated on them with.
Wow.
With the grounds of alienation of affection.
Wow.
Alienation. Of
So I
Okay.
just thought this was, and there was another case in November, who I think it was actually like an influencer, where a lady called Akira Montague was awarded $1.75 million after accusing influencer Brene Montague of having an affair with her then husband. And I just thought it was an interesting conversation to have. Like, what do we consider as cheating? Is it ever okay for a cheater to face punishment outside of the relationship? And if so, under what parameters?
I think
guess?
it's really what ground rules. I mean, I'd say cheating is something that I do a lot of, outside of LuAnna as well. And so I've heard literally every single bloody story under the sun. Some where you have deep empathy for, some where you think, well, you're a bloody shit, and you deserve what's coming at you. I think for me, I think first of all, infidelity, cheating, it's just a hard no. I'm yet to see anybody that hasn't been, some party that hasn't been affected by it emotionally. And the blast zone is wide. Cheating constitutes many different things. There's, and I know with my work in that actually the majority, anecdotally from what I've experienced professionally, not me and my marriage, is emotional connection. Is
that's
the
like
reason.
The worst, I think.
Well, no, it's emotional lacking of emotional connection within the marriage and the relationship.
That's why
that
people
causes causes the causes the actual
for men?
affair. Yeah, and actually statistically, it's always been very, very weighted in men versus women. Men majority cheating. And that's been generational. That's down to, men have kind of been almost accepted that they, that's what they do. They have affairs. But actually, in recent times, the statistics are now almost level pegging. It is a slight majority men, but actually, don't quote me on this, but it's kind of like 45, 55
but
men, women.
Don't you think that men cheat because they just want a shag? And I think that women cheat more because they're lacking like that emotion, or they're looking for. I think that women cheat less for sex. Is that just a stereotype?
It's quite stereotypical now, but I think it's a very good one to bring up. And actually, that's kind of the reason why I started working in the affair world, because what I see in the therapy room is actually not representative of the stigma that cheating and infidelity tends to carry, which is that emotional connection does affect both men and women, and I have seen quite an even balance of the reasons that have gone into affairs. Women particularly, though, yes, it does tend to be, from what I've seen, a lack of emotional connection, but not always. I've had many women that have come on that have just want that sexual release and want that connection and actually want to, but actually want to shut off their emotions, and they just want that gratification. So there are so many different reasons, but I think when it comes to these stories, and I don't think cheating is ever okay, but I do think there is definitely not one story for anybody. So I think it's really interesting is what I think. I think going after someone for compensation on it,
it's a
again,
bit much.
Personally, I'm not here for that whole cancel compo culture.
I was thinking about this, and I was discussing it with some friends, and because obviously suing culture in the UK isn't
not like
America.
Yeah.
No, not
but when you look at like defamation laws, that's all done on like, if it's defamatory, if it can hurt someone's what's it called, reputation.
Yeah.
And I think cheating could also
but didn't this happen though? Because the Coldplay cheaters, but lots more recently has come out about that with the wife of the man. She did that whole kind of, big statement, and left him, I believe. But then I believe, and I need to look into this a bit more actually, but then more stuff came out around that kind of defamation of character. And I don't know if there's any suing or anything that went on around that, but there was a little bit more information that has started to come to light about that situation than the shocking headline that we all saw. That suggested that relationship possibly was already
on the rocks.
And things like that. So I think but that situation, I felt really, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I did jump on that bandwagon to kind of, not to poke fun at, certainly not, but to try and, understand it. But at the heart of that, I just believe it's 2 families, 4 families, there's a lot of people involved and children. And I do believe that shit needs to just play out in private. And if you take umbrage with it and you want to go and sue your ex's arse off, you go for it, honey. Would I do that? I don't know. I've not been in that situation personally.
Don't think so. Wait, would it be like if Andrew had an affair with like Anna, that I would sue Anna?
Yeah. So what I've seen,
Not
I think
Andrew.
from it in the US, you sue the person who's coming into the relationship.
So you'd sue me,
which is interesting because it becomes. I think traditionally it was a lot of like men suing other men for taking their wives, but in these 2 cases it's been, I think, women suing other women
for taking their husbands.
Yeah, but
it just gets into a whole new ballgame, doesn't it? Around money, defamation of character. Personally, I'm not here for all that. I just think the infidelity and cheating is so bloody shitty and awful and crappy, and it's really complex for most people involved in it. But then I guess until you're in that situation yourself and how it's personally impacted you, like the Coldplay woman, for example, quite possibly if I was her, I would go, actually, my fucking face was over the entire world.
Awful,
fuck you all.
Like, uninvited.
Yeah,
that was really bad.
Really bad. And if that did in any way,
awful.
like, ruin any of her career choices or chance, I can see why you would then go, no, I want a bit of payback for this.
Imagine if you're like such a private person though, and then like you're her and your fucking face is everywhere and you're trying to deal with that, like with your kids. It's like a nightmare.
Absolute
It's like
nightmare.
awful.
Absolute nightmare.
So I imagine that when you go through a cheating situation, I obviously here the what's it called, the punishment, I guess, would be potentially monetary if you're going to sue them. But I imagine that most people, the punishment you want for them is for them to feel how
You feel.
Yeah.
And they're
which
never
you just
going to feel
never
that.
can get.
No.
Um,
No, revenge.
I did hear one take on it where a lady was saying how if a woman is in a relationship, typically with like a straight man in a heterosexual relationship and in a relationship with a man, and the man is cheating and potentially taking away her baby making years, she was like, if someone is sacrificing all of your baby making years,
I've had many people like this.
She thinks that is potentially grounds to be like, you should be able to sue them.
What, compo?
Because you've
missed out.
having
that
a
happened to a
child.
friend of mine recently, actually, and she just turned 40.
Yeah.
She's like with this guy for like nearly all of her 30s, and then thinking like your life's going to go one way of marriage and kids, and then he turned out to be cheating, and they've split up, and she's like, well, now I'm fucking 40. Like, thanks, mate. Could have just like, it's such a horrible thing to do to someone.
It is. It's awful.
And do you know what? There's no real, you can't really make that better, because at the end of the day, you can't get back that time.
No.
And I don't know what is the good in like pursuing like money or suing someone. You know, it just seems like you're just dragging out something horrible.
But to your point, it's you want revenge.
Yeah.
You've been hurt. You wanna hit them as hard as you possibly can to get revenge, and it's a perfectly reasonable feeling. And I guess a lot of my work is trying to help people move through that. And you know what, you are entitled to feel like dog shit and to feel fucked off and angry and vengeful and all of that. I just don't think there's any blanket solution to any of it.
But again, like going back to like that company, if you're in a position of seniority and you start shagging a PA, that's like younger, and then that is, there's a lot of questions around that.
Power
balance, you know, so they just do it to be like, no.
I've actually got a friend of mine who, sorry, I'll shut up at this minute, but who this is happening to at the moment. They're, let's say they're a partner in a firm.
Yeah.
One of their co-partners has been having an affair with somebody else that's sort of one tier down, but fairly high, but like the Coldplay people, actually. It's not them, it's something different. And then it became known. It was then, they've all then had to have meetings behind these people's backs to discuss it.
It's so disruptive in a working environment.
And both people have now left the company.
Yeah.
They've been given a dignified exit. We've chosen to leave the company, but they have been told to leave the company. No, they've been told to leave the company.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting chat. Lots of cheating stuff and more deceit now. A former teacher has twice pretended to be pregnant to claim maternity. So it's a former primary school teacher. She's currently serving a 2-year jail sentence for harassment. She appeared in court recently where it's alleged she twice pretended to be pregnant to make claims for maternity. She's called, how do I say that name?
How do you say that name?
Ema.
Ema.
I think she's Irish, of Sefin Offaly.
County Offaly.
Was brought from custody. The judge described it as quite extraordinary. She basically claimed maternity benefit for 2 pregnancies that never occurred. So from the 7th of Jan 2018 until February, so a year basically of 2019, she dishonestly made a gain through deception. Maternity benefit, she got about 12,500 euros. And then she did it, again, it was alleged that in a further deception from 7th of Jan 2018 to Feb 19, she also made payments. Oh, wow.
Gosh.
She got nearly 47,000 euros in another claim. God, I didn't know if you get that much. But anyway, she forged medical certificates.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does she do this?
Which was issued by this Dr. Hazel Fitzel. And it was submitted where she was working at the time, and she claimed for maternity. And the court heard that Carol, this lady, falsified documentation from 3 medical practitioners to support her application for maternity benefit. She pled guilty to this. And I mean, how did there was never a baby? She claimed that she had 2 children, a girl named Emily and a boy named Oren, when in fact she had no children. So she just absolutely made these kids up to get
what
maternity.
goes into someone's mind when they think, oh, do you know what? I'm I'm just going to make this up and hope for the... I mean, you always get found out, I think.
And he said, like, there's been no claim for child benefit. And then they've kind of, whoever was suspicious, made inquiries. And there was no birth, death, marriages or stillbirth that have been registered to this lady because they found out she was single. Then they searched her home. No evidence of another person. Nothing related to any children. No bedrooms furnished.
Gosh.
And then... Yeah, she basically
got done
for it.
She got done for it.
And she's now in prison.
Bloody hell.
I mean, that's wild. I mean, 2 kids she made up.
Just to try and get, some cash.
Yeah.
Just to get some cash out of the government. I mean, it reminds me when I got, we all get maternity exemption, for a year for NHS for your prescriptions and stuff. I didn't realise that my maternity exemption had run out.
You frauded.
So 2 months, I thought my maternity exemption, was still valid, and it wasn't. Let me tell you, they were fucking right. So I'm like, £150 fine, for each one, which I pay. And I was like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. Like, I genuinely didn't know my maternity exemption ran out. They were like, yeah, it has. Your time.
I didn't even know you got that.
Everyone gets it, yeah. If you apply for it, you have your little thing.
Really?
But the pharmacists were very trusting. Like, have you got maternity? This is ages ago,
Yeah,
when I was having the baby. And I was like, yeah, I've got it. But because they put it on your system, but that's the thing. I thought, maybe they won't check. I didn't know, by the way.
Check.
Well, it's all in a system, so they can bloody well see when the computer says the computer matches up. They're like, she's been claiming. Yeah, I paid £300 in fines.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. The government are actually doing something.
Bloody right. I'm telling you, if you fake your maternity exemption, don't, because they will find you and they will find your ass.
They will find you out.
Yeah, they will.
Right, let's move on. It's now time for
It's the Weirdo of the Week. Okay, first weirdo is from Anon, so we will call you Betty. Hello, you absolute queens. Thanks, babe. Just letting you know about the little thing I like to do. Possible entry for Weirdo of the Week. I know I must not be the only one, but some people will probably think I'm a weirdo for doing this and loving it.
Gosh.
My favourite thing to do is rub my boyfriend's bell end between my fingers, under the foreskin. And get, you minger! And get some of that lovely, stinky, sweaty knob cheese on my fingers and give it a good old sniff.
A little smegma sniff.
The dirtier the better.
Fresh.
After he's finished a workout or a long day at work before his shower, I love to give it a rub, then sniff. It's the best smell. Go on, give it a go.
I honestly
Absolutely
think
not.
if I did that to my husband,
I would be divorced.
He just would refuse.
Actually, Alex wouldn't even... He's very
Andrew would
clean,
not.
Alex. But if he has had a workout and it's not perhaps as fresh, and he is like, no, I'm going to have a shower, that's revolting. I'd like to put that down for the annual weirdo of the week.
We're into a new month now.
Yeah, we are.
Weirdos.
Well, that's weird.
Right, we've got another one in. So, ovulation. Is it weird? Please give me the porn star. I'm not sure that it's a porn star name.
More
Ovulation. He says, does anyone else do this or am I wrong? I just saw my ovulation jelly in my nicks and I had the urge to put it on my top lip.
Why?
I just wanted to feel it on there and smell it. Rather odorless, which was disappointing. Love the pod and all that. Jizz.
It's like a glue dot when that little ovulation jelly. It's like those little glue dots that you get.
Who's weirder?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes that little ovulation jelly, it does fascinate me a little bit, and I have been known to,
give it a little
scoop it out and have a little look. But then I do pop it on a bit of tissue and then down the loo.
Right.
Like I wouldn't put it on my lip. No, I would not put it on my lip.
Got a little moustache.
No, I wouldn't do an ovulation jelly tash. So for me,
little ovulation jelly, a lip gloss.
Lip gloss, nice. It's got to be bell end smegma sniffer.
I do think the bell end sniffing is weird, but I do quite like the smell of a guy like after he's sweaty from the gym.
Because you're married to Alex.
Because there's like pheromones, and I do sometimes quite like the smell of a sweaty ball sack.
You do.
So I actually do. So I can relate to that one, and the Ovi jelly is a bit grim for me. So we might have to let Immo be the decider.
Oh, decider. It's a heat.
She's obviously going for the cock because she doesn't like penises.
The knob cheese.
I think the smegma sniffer has to win.
I think I could be a smegma sniffer.
You think?
Oh, get in there. Oh.
You actually probably could. Yeah, you like. You like.
I like a sweaty ball sack.
Oh, I don't.
Andrew's too clean.
Give it a little wash.
Sometimes.
Give it a little wash, and then we can talk.
Quite like that, like dirty.
Oh,
like
I don't.
Sweaty. A bit like ugh.
You like grimy sex.
Yeah, I do like grimy sex.
No, I'm quite high. I
like dirty sex.
Oh, maybe I need to chill
lighten
out
up
a bit. Yeah. Maybe I do. All right, have you had a shower?
Well, it loses a bit of romance if you're always like trying to have a shower.
Oh, babes, I've been in 11 years. We both have. Right, it's that time of the week where Zis Bag is either in a chilled mood or she likes to have a little rant to offload. What's it going to be, Lou?
I'm going to have a rant because, like, I'm always travelling back and forth and I've got a gripe, unusually, with the UK government.
Right.
So basically, when we land in a European country, like France or wherever, Spain, they have a queue for EU. We're no longer EU, so we can't go in that queue. So as Brits with our non-EU passports now, we have to go in the everybody else queue, right? What fucks me off, okay, is that when you land in England, they don't do a line. And, like when I go to Dubai, they've got like a Dubai queue for the Dubai people, like who are like, nationals. Yeah, thank you. But in England, we don't fucking do that. We just still have the EU queue mixed with the British passport queue. And I don't think that's right. We should have, as Brits, a British national queue just for British people with British passports.
Not a mixed bag.
Not a mixed bag. And the EU people should be made to go in the everyone else queue. Why do we still have these EU queues if you've got an EU passport? So we have here EU and British nationals mixed together and then everybody else like China, Russia, wherever you're fucking coming from, America, etc. But we shouldn't. We should have a Brit queue for Brit people because when we go and land in Spain, they're not mixing us into that EU queue.
That's because we Brexited.
So? We're not in it. So why have we got an EU queue? Because we're not fucking part of the EU. So why are we letting the EU people in our Brit queue? We should have a British queue for British people with British passports. Instead of making us wait with all the other fuckers when we're not with them anymore. We're on our own. We should have our own fucking queue. Fucks me off.
I mean, what I would say,
it just goes to show,
as Brits,
again,
we love a queue. So, I mean, I think every Brit would bloody love a British queue.
Well, we should have our own queue. We shouldn't be mixing with like everyone else. It makes our line longer. We should be prioritised. We've got British passports and we should have our own fucking queue.
Right.
Like they do when you go to America, they have an American passport queue.
When I go to the States, I really feel jealous of the American citizens that just whistle through. My friend deliberately has dual status. Her mum's American, purely for the passport because she can then whiz straight through. And then you're in that bloody American queue for about an hour and a half.
Every other country you go to, they look after their own people with those passports. We are the only country that don't do that. Fucking state that we're in. We should have our own queue for our own British. That's where it needs to start.
We've reached a new low.
Yeah, we need a new uprising of like Brits looking after Brits should be now with our own fucking queue.
So we need a queue.
It pisses me off.
So we
get sent away from Spain. They're like, no, you got over there with everybody else. That's French, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It just fucks me off every time I come home. I'm like,
I want my own queue. That is the rant. We want our own queue.
We are landing in our country with our own passports and we should have our own queue. We're not asking for a lot. I'm not asking for a lot.
Just want a queue.
Do you agree? You probably don't because you're woke. What do you think? You probably don't agree with that. You think we should all be in the same mix.
I'd quite like my own queue.
You would like it's the right thing to do.
I think
every other country does it. So why don't we?
I think logically, because we exited the EU, there should be a British.
Yeah, logically there should be.
Because in Spain, there's Spain and the EU queue, and then there's all other countries queue. But they
all
are
of it confuses me. I'm not going to lie.
The EU.
Yeah,
whereas we are in the EU. Though.
We're not in it. We left.
I'm confused.
We Brexited. We're not in the EU.
Because that's why we all get our passports stamped now. When I went to Tenners the other week, you get your own little.
That's why you can't go and work in Spain without a visa. Because you're not part of the EU.
So
we should have a British queue.
I would quite like a queue with me Barrys and me Garys, actually, just to whiz through with my kids.
Kevin and Sheila.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've only been abroad a few times recently, but the queues have been very little when I've gone recently.
Not in Tenners, babes.
Coming back to the
What about when you went to South Africa? Did they have a queue for the Africans?
I can't remember, but I watched an entire netball match in that queue. It was long, over an
hour.
I
will actually give you that.
See, because the South Africans aren't going to wait because they have a queue for their people of that country.
But what I will say,
it's fucking basic, and it starts with this shit.
Yeah, but what I will say is when I just flew back from Spain recently, they had like 2 people like in the Spanish side to do the passports with like, there were like 20 desks and 2 people. What I will say for old Stansted, we flew into Stansted and every bastard desk was open. I have to admit, I haven't actually felt the wrath because I have passed through it quite quickly. But I can see the point. I just think it's bad. Anything that makes my life easier, quite frankly, I'm here for.
Exactly. Anyway, I just think it's basic and we should have that. And
well,
that
there
is
we
my
are.
rant
that is the
for
rant.
this week.
Yes.
If you agree with me or don't agree with me, I'd actually be interested to hear people's opinions. Am I right or am I wrong? What do you think?
Someone that works in an airport in the UK, perhaps in immigration, perhaps you'd like to tell us about this. I don't know.
I mean, I never wait that long.
No, I have to admit,
it's not even about waiting. I just think it's about like doing the right thing.
It's principle for you, Lou.
It is actually.
It's principle.
No, it is actually the principle.
Yeah, because I have to say, I can't knock any of the recent UK airports I've landed in. They've all been pretty efficient, actually, with baggage. Look,
I can't knock it, but I'm just saying, I want my own fucking queue, okay? Right, that is it.
That is it. We're going to be back, of course, next Monday. We don't have to wait until then, because on Thursday we have LuAnna Tell the Extra. We need you guys for that episode, though. So send in your emails of all your guff, your stories, your anecdotes. Maybe you'd like to have a right to reply about British queues. Send in your emails to LuAnna at everythingluanna.com. We would love you to get onto WhatsApp and send a voice note, but make sure it is
clear and crisp.
Thank you. Or a little typed message. The number is 075 215 64640. Nailed it. Make sure you have followed our podcast. It's very important, isn't it, Lou?
It is. Please share our pod with a friend as well. If you're watching on YouTube, send them a little clip, your favourite moments. Share the love. Please give us a 5-star rating. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now on YouTube, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Bye. You've been watching LuAnna the podcast.
What do they need to do, Anna?
Make sure you subscribe.
Boom.